You see the shop, right? You see it, right? You're like, oh, sick. Which Kiriko skin? Easy. Oh, what's that? It's $26. 29% off. You can't really have 29% off of something that could never go on sale in the first place because you cannot buy any of these separately. If you want the witch skin, you gotta buy the bundle, which is $26. And if you thought, oh, well, I'll just go to the hero gallery, I'll just click on my new main squeeze, Kiriko, I'll go onto the skins, and I'll just come on down here to witch. You can't buy it. It's locked, which means the only way you can get it is sometimes it's available in the shop, and lo and behold, you gotta get the icon, the trinket, the highlight intro, and yes, the name card. And if you only cared about any one of these things individually, you cannot get them. So you're like, oh, I just want the rare naming card. I don't really like the, like, let's just say for whatever reason, you don't like the witch skin. You don't think the witch skin looks good. You don't like the color scheme. You'll wait for like an Overwatch remix recolor in the future. Fine. But you really like the nameplate. Well, let me purchase the nameplate. Well, you got to use the bundle. I almost clicked yes and almost sent myself to the shadow realm. So if you're like, all right, well, can you go to the banners? It's the same thing. You're going to have to buy the whole thing. Now, you're saying, well, that's kind of fucked up, but you know, it can't be that bad, right? Well, this skin plus this skin plus this skin, excuse me, it's not even skins, these are emotes. These emotes in and of themselves are $20. And when you look at this skin, you're just like, it's just a two-tone skin of her default skin, and it's not too much different. You'd be correct, because this game shop is absolutely predatory. Now, you know what you're saying. Whoa, wait, hold on. What's that? That's almost twice. That's $44. This has got to be packing some heat, right? Well, this says it's 42% off, which is very arbitrary. They would normally charge, allegedly, if you look at the strike out there, $76 for these 4 skins. And I know what you're thinking. Okay, I mean, that's cool. That's neat, right? Well, I think this is the newest skin, and this skin is 2 years old, or at least a year old. Some of these skins are 3 and 4 years old. These are old skins. These are not new content. $44. And if just in case you thought that like I was just, you know, being an asshole for no reason, they give you a skin for Sigma, right? So let me just go ahead and go over here, because I know some of y'all have seen this. Because at first, I thought this was like nth degree level storytelling. Like I thought because your man was so just absolutely disheveled and Moira's been toying with his mind that when he activates his weapon charms, he sticks them into his hand. I thought this was like big brain storytelling from the Overwatch team about how messed up this character's mental state is, that when he gets trinkets, he jams them into his hand because he's crazy, right? I'm like, okay, that's kind of clever. That's actually kind of neat. And then I went and I made the mistake of clicking on Genji and then going to the same thing, weapon charms. And why are his weapon charms in his hand? You could have just put the charm on the sword. The charm could be right here on the hilt of the sword, or the hilt of this sword, or both swords. You could have even put it like right here on like the back of his little scarf, tether thing, ponytail, whatever this is. But no, you put it, for whatever godforsaken reason, on his head. Why? That means that the Sigma thing is all cap. It's just you're dumb and you don't, like, how? And then on top of that, right, you know, you go to Orisa and you're like, oh man, yeah, Orisa got a rework. So, you know, you would think they would rework the skins to incorporate her new moves, right? So you go to skins, right? And you're like, okay, well, this is kind of cool. All right, well, you go to this thing called equipment. And you're like, okay, green spear makes sense because, you know, green skin. Okay, cool. Then you go, all right, well, you know, this probably be a green spear, right? Okay, that makes sense. Then you see this, you're like, this has got to be a gold and blue spear, obviously. That's green. Okay. Well, this is carbon fiber. So, you know, okay, Okay, it being green and black makes sense, right? Okay, chicken, winter chicken dinner, you got it. And you see, like, something like demon, you're like, oh, okay, well, the spear is obviously going to be like a pitch for it because it's a demon from hell, it's a hell spawn. It makes sense, right? It makes sense. Oh. Well, this is a bull demon, right? You see, it's got like a little frost effect coming out of it. So, like, clearly now I believe we have made a mistake of some sort. Like, there's just some cut corners that are baffling to me. And we can't even, like, get you guys to make cosmetics correctly, but you're gonna try to sell us old shit for $44 fucking dollars and try to say it's on sale because you would usually charge $76 for such an extravagant deal. Like, this is some legitimate kiss my ass super simp shit. Like, this is really kind of fucked up. Like, it's whack. It's super whack. And as you can see, these are all old skins. None of these skins are new, by the way. All going for $22 and $21 respectively. And like, they would normally charge $28 for this. And it's like, damn it, I can't believe I'd say this, but for fuck's sake, I miss loot boxes. You know how, like, crazy that sounds? That, like, I would miss loot boxes. Also, where are these percentages coming from? 21% off, 19% off, 26% off, 16% off, 9% off, 4%. What is this arbitrary nonsense that y'all have come up with in this store? Like, there's no rhyme or reason for it. You're just putting stuff that says off, so that dopamine hit and be like, oh my God, I gotta get this skin. Oh yes, I must go ahead and hit the purchase button and buy, consume. It's ridiculous. And if you want to go ahead and look at, challenges, right? If you want to look at the course of a week, you can only get 60 points over the course of a week because you get 30, 20, 10. So that's 60 credits. So let's say you do this, you grind it out every week for 10 weeks. For 10 weeks, you get 600 credits, right? So for 30 weeks, you get 1,800 credits, right? So for 40 weeks, right? For 40 weeks, you finally get 2,400 credits. 40 weeks of grinding. Oh, and just in case you want to see the season challenges, that's just Battle Pass EXP. Only the weeklies completions give you actual credits. So it has to be the weekly ones, just so you know, by the by. But when we come back to the shop, right? You grind for 40 weeks. You still can't buy the witch skin. You still couldn't do it. You bust your ass off for 80 weeks. You can buy these old skins in the bundle. Like, it's at a point now where it's like getting the free credits. Like, look, I want you guys to look at the battle pass. I'm in the prestige era of the battle pass. That's how far in the battle pass that I am. So you guys know I've been out here grinding, right? And outside of the Twitch chat buying the watch point for me pre-release, I've only amassed 180 credits because the game's only been out for 3 weeks. So if it was just 3 weeks of grinding and I completed the battle pass, what would I be rewarded with buying? Let's go to the shop. Nothing here. All right, let's go to the hero gallery. Diva. Let's go to collectibles, weapon charms. Well, there's nothing here that I would need to buy. Souvenir. Ah, here we go. I would be halfway to being able to buy a victory pose that you only screen on the victory screen. 6 weeks of grinding. Well, 5 weeks of grinding. And you will be able to get this, and the phone's not even on. They couldn't even be asked to let the phone have a camera to actually see it. Now, granted, in the win pose, you would never see it, but, if they're going to allow me to turn it, you might as well have just put, like, a little fake little mirror reflection here, but whatever. 5 weeks of grinding. So, yeah, do not donate any money to me and think it's going back into this game. If you want me to buy a skin, it's not happening. I'm not giving, this company's getting no more money from us. If I highly stress that if you're gonna play this game, be a free-to-play connoisseur. Just enjoy Overwatch for what it is. Do not in any way, shape, form, facet, dimension, or reality pump cash into this nonsensical ass game.